Claim Amazonian secessionist movement says the group will not dialogue with the government until its leaders and other members are released. This comes after Cameroon's new Interior Minister Paul Atanga Nji said this week that the government of President Paul Biya is willing to dialogue to end the crisis in the country's English-speaking regions, but Atanga said any such dialogue will be conditioned on a united Cameroon. Chris Anu, the Secretary of State for Communication of the self-proclaimed separatist movement, says independence of the Anglophone regions is non-negotiable.
Let me let you know that this is the same minister who had said a few months before his appointment that there is no Anglophone problem in Cameroon. And so it is surprising to hear from the same mouth some talks about holding dialogue. We don't believe it, not for a moment.
Many countries are calling for the dialogue. The government wants to have the dialogue with people who are willing to advance the unity of the country and not with people who he say are burning or looting or raping or destroying property. This is a veiled reference to your organization.
Of course, from the description, you can tell that the dialogue they are talking about is not the inclusive dialogue that we have heard every single international organization or government talked about. The kind of dialogue they are talking about is not a dialogue that involves us. If they want to hold genuine dialogue, they should start first by releasing our leaders, all of them. They are close to 1,000 southern Cameroonians who are behind bars, arrested because of this crisis, including President Seseko Julius Ayuk-Tabe. They want dialogue. That is where they should start. Now, the only other condition we would give for dialogue would be we will only sit on table with them to talk dialogue that leads to the severance of ties between the two countries. I'm here referring to the Federal Republic of Amazonia and French Cameroon.
So are you saying, Chris, that if the government releases your leaders that are in detention, you will be willing to talk with the government?
If they release our leaders from detention, we will be ready to talk to the government on the terms that the talks or the dialogue would lead to the final division of the two countries as it was before independence or before the two countries came to live together. Let my left hand be cut off if we will accept any dialogue that does not end with an independent Republic of Amazonia.
What about the humanitarian situation that the crisis between you and the government is creating in the Anglophone region?
Sir, you know that we didn't ask for this trouble. La République du Cameroon, their president, Paul Biya, declared war on us. We did not declare war. We did not declare violence. They released their soldiers. They descended upon our homes and our villages. They burned some villages. They burned some towns. When soldiers come burning towns and villages, where do you expect the people to go? Of course, you expect a humanitarian problem because the people are bound to run away. The regime in Cameroon, sir, created a humanitarian problem. Amazonians are not the ones who have created a humanitarian problem in Cameroon. So it is not our responsibility to try to look for solutions to the humanitarian problem. It is the regime in Cameroon and the international community, the United Nations Commission for Refugees. That is their domain.
Chris, we do thank you very much again for talking with us on Daybreak Africa.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Chris Anu is the Secretary of State for Communication of the self-proclaimed Ambazonia separatist movement of Cameroon. He was speaking with me from the U.S. city of Houston in Texas. Authorities in Uganda